Hi Taurus, welcome to the Path Illuminated. My name is Kimberly. If you are returning, thank you so much for your support. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell if you would like to stay up to date on when I post new content here. Trying something a little bit different, not sure how I'm gonna like it, but I just thought, why not switch it up? All of the readings I usually do are just the cards. So we'll see. We'll see if people like this, if they don't, if I like it, if I don't. For me, it's just always been more comfortable to look at the cards because I don't have to worry about my facial expressions and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, so I'm just kind of getting out of my own comfort zone. In any event, Taurus, thank you for being here. I hope you're doing well. I'm curious to know how eclipse season and Mercury retrograde have been going for you. I've been all over the place. I've been super exhausted emotionally. Just don't even ask. As I'm recording this, it's April 13th. So we are still in Aries season, but we are approaching your season, Taurus, on April 19th. We are still in the middle of Mercury retrograde. That started on April 1st, and that Mercury will be going direct on the 25th. We also have the upcoming full moon in Scorpio on April 23rd. So just a few highlights for you. Curious to know, Taurus, if you have any birthday plans. Let me know. I'm going to put those back because I wasn't ready. All right, let's just get going, Taurus. Thank you, angel spirits and guides. Please help me in pulling the most relevant messages for Taurus at this time. Let's pull a couple. Ooh, that's a lot. Ooh, that's a lot. That's a lot of cards. All right, so first card, Justice, card of Libra. This is making me think of eclipse season, right? We had the first lunar eclipse that we had was in Libra on March 25th. And then we had the solar eclipse in Aries on April 8th. And this is the juxtaposition between the other, the group, the community, and self. And I do feel like for many of us, whether or not we've seen it, I think we've felt it energetically, Taurus, that the universe has been working to rectify some imbalances in relationships, whether it's relationships with family, with friends, romantic partnerships, with money. There's been a lot that's been happening in the background, energetically speaking. And I do think that the challenge has been in being patient and keeping the faith as these energies and transits have been taking place because, you know, Taurus, I know that you've been working through a lot of BS. I know that you've been doing shadow work. I know that you've been working to get into alignment in your life. I'm thinking about all of the readings that have continued to be very clear that you've been on this path for a while, that you've been putting in the work, that you've been working on shedding old skins and taking accountability and responsibility for yourself, for your life, and for your happiness. And I think that, you know, for me, this again is the universe saying, like, don't give up now because you are so close. Now, we have the Nine of Coins that came reversed. So I feel like this is an energy, although look, Taurus, it's Mercury retrograde. There's a lot of things that are very murky right now, which I think is part of why I was channeling like this, keep the faith, don't give up now, because things may still be very murky and triggering, and there are likely a lot of fears about your stability, maybe very directly about your finances and how you're going to pay the bills. I'm not a love and light and good vibes only type of witch. I'm just not, because money's real and bills are real and rent is real. And, you know, the economy right now is really crazy and things are really, really scary. So this could be, this Nine of Pentacles in reverse could be a feeling. It could be a fear of like not having financial stability and a fear of your investments and the work that you've been doing not giving you a return on your investment. It could be a fear, or this could be very real for you right now, Taurus. You know, you could be struggling financially right now to know, how am I going to make ends meet? I'm really, you know, have been working very, very hard, but it feels like the money isn't coming in, and I have a lot of worries. I have a lot of fears, and that's totally legit. And then we have the Nine of Wands, which is, you know, the wounded warrior. Chiron energy, which Chiron's been all up in this bish. You know, has been really activating a lot of our fears, has been activating a lot of old stories from the past where things were super out of balance. And again, I'm getting this with the Nine of Wands, because this is, you know, after the 9 is the 10. It's like the universe saying, now is not the time to give up, no matter how things look or how things feel. Now is the time to take things one day, one step at a time, as you are getting closer to the end of this cycle. That doesn't mean it's easy. I know you are feeling exhausted, Taurus. I know you're feeling burnt out. I know you're wondering, when is this going to happen? But, you know, again, we just had the eclipses. There's still more that's going to be coming out and revealed as a result of the eclipse portal that we just went through. A lot of astrologers, which I am not an astrologer, but I do love astrology, have been saying that this energy is going to be, you know, really with us for the next 6 months. So there's going to be a lot still to learn. And I think that this is, again, just an acknowledgement from the universe of how tired you are, of how burnt out you are. I don't know if that makes you feel any better, Taurus. But, you know, that's the energy that's coming through right now. And we have 6 of Swords in reverse. So like for me, this again is like there's an energy of angst, of frustration, of like wanting to move on to calmer waters, but not quite being in this place where you feel like it's time to make that decision. I think, yes, is this a time to think about where you want to be in 6 months, where you want to be in a year, what you're hoping to accomplish, what you're wanting to manifest? Absolutely. But I think that the challenge for you is going to continue to be patience and faith. And I don't know, maybe you love me for that, maybe you hate me for that, but that's what's coming through in the cards. Is it like, I definitely feel this, like, when is it? When is that return on investment going to come? When am I going to get some peace? When am I going to get some rest? I'm like getting ready to go, but I don't know when it's time to go. And that's the thing that I lean into on a regular basis, Taurus, is that if I don't know what to do right now, I really do my best to trust that it's because I'm not supposed to know. And I also trust that when it's time for me to make a choice, when it's time for me to make a move, when it's time for me to make a decision, I will know, and I will know what to do, right? So again, that might be frustrating for you. That might be resonant for you, Taurus. All of you are going to be different, right? This is a general reading, but the frustration is really coming through for me, and I can see you feeling antsy because you're like, okay, when it... 7 of Swords. I think there's a lot to sort through right now, Taurus. I think there's plenty of overthinking. There's plenty of inner conflict. There's also, I feel like you're doing a lot of research right now. I feel like you are trying to understand better what your options are. But I don't know if that's necessarily bringing you clarity right now. I still think it's great to get as much information as you can. But I also think that it's important for you to acknowledge when you just can't do anymore, right? When you need to just take a step back and say, look, universe, I'm doing my best to walk in faith here, but I'm really freaking frustrated. I just need some freaking clarity because I'm stuck in indecision and I feel stuck energetically on how to move forward. But I know that there's more for me, and I don't want to be stuck in this instability. And yes, I do know. I know that the end is nigh. I know that a new cycle is coming, but when can I move on? When can I move on to calmer waters? Again, I feel like this is very Mercury retrograde energy right now. Thank you, angels, spirits, and guides. Let's get another one here. Five of Cups in reverse. Show it to you upright, Taurus. So I would say that this is happening for you, not to you, although it may feel otherwise, and your experience is totally valid. Five of Cups reverse for me is that this period, these triggers, the anxiety, the overthinking, the stagnancy, the frustration, the angst, it's happening to help you release a lot of energy and emotions that it's time to let go of. A lot of past stories, a lot of baggage, just all of the thoughts, feelings, stories, narratives, past people, places, and situations that didn't work out. What you're going through right now is really bringing up the past in a major way. But for you to better understand how it's kept you here, and it's kept you here to teach you something about yourself, something about how strong you are. And I know you're probably like, well, damn it, I know I'm strong. But again, with this, the scales, Six of Coins, things are going to start coming into balance. I think again, and this has been coming through in my energy and my readings super strongly, Taurus, that like this is about having faith in the process, no matter how challenging it is, that things are happening for you to bring things into balance. And whether it's your general stability in your 3D reality or your finances, things are going to start to balance themselves out. I just think there's still some more challenging waters to navigate, some challenging emotions, overthinking, burnout, where you're just looking for the universe to throw you a bone. And I do see that coming, but it's going to come through having that faith in those moments where you're like, I just don't know how I'm going to do this. I'm so freaking tired. When am I going to get some peace? I've done everything I can do. And then I think there's just like a point where you're like, fine, I'm just going to trust. I'm just going to lean into this, and things will start to actually come into balance in your 3D reality. Now, how and when, right? Going to be totally different for each of you since it's a general reading. Again, Taurus, if you're interested in a personal reading, click the link below. The only way to book a personal with me is via my website. Don't forget to like and subscribe. So I do think that this Six of Coins gives me a lot of hope for the energy moving. You know, I always think it's beneficial to let you know the time frame in which I'm doing these readings, but time and energy are fluid, and you know, the way that it shows up for you and exactly when is going to be so very specific to you and your situation. But this is definitely a challenge for your faith, the Emperor, but it's reversed, and I will show it to you upright just so you can see it. But the Emperor in reverse for me is about letting go of control. It's about acknowledging that like you have actually done everything that you can do, and now is this waiting period, this period that the universe is using to fortify your faith in all that you have already done, to fortify your faith in the path, to fortify your faith in divine timing, Taurus. Again, this is not easy, but I'm not super surprised that I'm picking up on this energy because of the fact that we just went through this eclipse portal and we are in the middle of Mercury retrograde. This seems very on brand for the universe right now. So this is about you letting go of control and acknowledging for yourself that like there are some things that still need to come into balance, and you only have so much information. Again, the universe is acknowledging that things are tight, things are hard, things are frustrating. You are very, very burnt out, and you want to move into a place of peace, but you can't rush the process. You're gonna have to be with what's happening. But I do feel like this is about you also, like, be honest with yourself, be honest with the universe that you're frustrated, that you're fed up. Doesn't mean that you don't have faith. It means you're freaking human. And then allow those emotions, that frustration to come up so you can move through it, right? We can't change anything that we don't face. So you're really being faced with your fears right now, Taurus, so that you can alchemize them You can learn from them to help others in the future. And there's going to be a testimony, I feel, that you have where you're going to be able to say in the near future, Taurus, that like, yeah, things were actually coming into balance when I thought that they weren't. And it was about me letting go of control and letting the universe, what's the word? Act on my behalf, because I've been doing so much for so long. That's kind of part of the process. And it's almost, this has come up in another reading that I did for a group, online group that I'm a part of, where in this eclipse portal and this Mercury retrograde energy, that there's been so much coming up for us to be with, to sit with discomfort and fears and triggers. And also understanding our past, how it's gotten us here, learning how to not shame our past selves, but like appreciating, right, all of the hard work, all of the dark nights of the soul, all of the time we did all this by ourselves. All of the people, right, that and situations that like fell apart that we thought were going to actually work for us. And understanding they actually were working out for us even when we didn't think that. And really acknowledging that like, oh, I really never did have control. What I have control over is my perspective, is my willingness to sit with those difficult emotions, those triggers, that frustration, that angst, you know, even in those times when you don't want to, because you want to be like, universe, I trust you. But like, just because you're frustrated towards doesn't mean you don't trust the universe, and you're not going to be punished for it. You're human. So like, let yourself be human, but understand the human condition is one of understanding that like you aren't in control. So I don't think this is necessarily a time of doing more. I think this is a time where so many of us, Taurus, are just being asked to sit with the supposed stagnancy, because again, you know, these transits have been very challenging, very triggering. Mercury retrograde is always a challenge. I can feel like nothing is happening, but I get over and over again that more is happening than you know right now. And I do believe you feel it energetically. You're just like, okay, but I don't see it. I don't see it. But that's what faith is. I feel you like snickering at me, Taurus. I'm just giving you the message, okay? And I am also going through this myself. This is about putting one foot in front of the other, taking each day as it comes, being with those fears, those frustrations, those triggers, giving yourself the credit that you deserve. Because when you give yourself credit for all of the work that you've been doing for so long, Taurus, that's how the universe is also acknowledging you. When you acknowledge yourself, that's the universe acknowledging you. And I definitely don't feel like this is about doing more. It's not. But it is about allowing what is to be. And it's about being with it, as uncomfortable as that is. Because there's some kind of wisdom that's coming up through this really hard process of you continuing to grow your faith in divine timing. You know it's coming, but there's frustration about when. And like, I totally understand that, because like I said, this is not a love and light only, right? Your bills are real. I freaking get it. All right, Spirit, can we get some more insights here? Taurus, Ace of Wands. There is something coming for you. This could be, you know, as we're ending Aries season, as we start Taurus season, there's going to be an opportunity that's really, I think, if you've been feeling depleted and burnt out, it's going to reignite your fire. This could be a job opportunity. This could be if you're working with someone or at a certain company, an opportunity to take on more of a leadership role, or, you know, for a promotion or a raise. This could be a potential like business opportunity, like a creative project, a business collaborator that you're not even thinking about right now. I'm definitely getting that this is what's hiding in the wings. This is what's hiding on the other side of this stagnant energy. So, and there's going to be a lot of enlightenment when this comes towards you, when this opportunity comes towards you, Taurus. I think like when it finally shows up, whoever or whatever this opportunity is, this offer is, I think it's going to be like an aha moment, an epiphany of like, oh, that's why I had to go through this waiting period. That's why I had to go through these triggers. That's why I had to go through this. Nine of Wands again. And, you know, Ace of Wands and Nine of Wands is what? 10 of Wands. The end is nigh. The end of a very painful cycle. The end of feeling like you had to do it all alone. The end of constantly asking yourself, like, am I being foolish right now? Is this faith or foolishness? Is this faith or foolishness? I kind of am hearing that in my head. And the universe is going to, when this offer comes, you're going to finally realize and feel like, okay, this really exhausting cycle is finally over and something new is finally going to begin. So I do think like once that offer or opportunity, I don't know what it is, Taurus, creative project, new side hustle, an opportunity at your current job, you know, if you're like a contractor, an opportunity for more hours, or just like business collaboration. Interesting. 5 of Cups. Upright. A letting go of the past, I feel like. I think I'm getting a much deeper understanding of why things had to happen the way they happened, and understanding like things were always falling into place, even in those moments where it felt so awful. I felt so depleted. I felt so betrayed. I felt so despondent. I felt so sad and depressed about the things that didn't work out. But now I understand why that had to happen. Now I get it. And I don't think, Taurus, that, again, like I feel like it's this in-between time right now of like, you know it's coming, but this is like, if we want to make an analogy, and I don't have kids, I've never given birth, but that's what came to my mind, is that like, you're right there at the end. This is like the final push. As I said, that 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands has entered the chat. The end is nigh. The end is nigh. This painful cycle is going to come to an end, and there's going to be a new beginning. But you cannot rush this process. And this is the refining of your faith. This is the refining of, you know, everything you've been through. This is the final push of you really understanding that like you weren't being foolish. You were holding on to faith. Let's get a couple more before we close this out. Don't forget to like the video. Leave a comment below. Let me know. I'm not foolish. I'm faithful. I'm not foolish. I'm faithful to the path. Hold on. Hold on for one more day. 8 of Cups, walking away from all those things, all those situations, all the disappointments, the jobs, the relationships, the friends that were not emotionally fulfilling, letting go of the old stories, stepping into this new path. 3 of Cups, there's going to be something to celebrate. There's going to be, you know, some joy on the other side of this really, really tough, exhausting, draining cycle. You are not foolish, Taurus. You are faithful. And because of that, 2 of Cups, the universe is going to reward your faith with the friends that love you and support you, that pour into you, with business associates that pour into you, that appreciate you, with a lover, if you're single, or a deepening of your romantic partnership because of how faithful you've been to this path, the universe is going to reward your faith. Just hold on. I'm not going to sing again, don't worry. Hold on for one more day. Or maybe a week or a month. I don't know. You know, time's fluid, Taurus. Okay. All right, Taurus. I really love this reading. I hope it resonates for you. I hope it's supportive of your path. If it resonates, don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments below that you are walking by faith and not by sight. I'm going to pull a card from the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit deck to close this out, Taurus. Thank you again so much for being here. If you'd like to book a one-on-one reading with me, click the link below. The only way to book a reading with me is via my website. You can also find me on TikTok and Instagram. So we have Elephant. And let me just get the book here. Thanks again for being here, Taurus. Happy early Taurus season. Happy early birthday whenever you are watching this. I hope you have a blessed season. Okay, where's the elephant? Did I pass it? Oh, there it is. Okay, here you go. Unstoppable, auspicious, and wise. The elephant is arguably the most auspicious figure in the deck. Like Ganesh, the elephant represents immense wisdom as well as good fortune. It is said that the great elephant is the destroyer of obstacles, so if this card appears when you feel stuck, rest assured the path will soon become clear. To add to the mystery, the elephant is also known to create obstacles in order to steer us in the right direction. Trust this gentle, noble creature. It illuminates the way with the light of self-knowledge. When in balance, one-pointed focus, generous and loving. When out of balance, misunderstands fate. To bring into balance, trust. Trust the path. Trust the timing of your life, Taurus. I really hope the message has resonated for you. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye, Taurus.